French Renegades will kick us off for this one. This is a team that is supported by the French Rugby Union, the development side of the Sevens project. First time that they have been put together, and first appearance gracing us here at Safari Sevens.
Just the French kickoff, for lack of better words, seemed a bit embarrassing. That kickoff, and then Nigel Amaita there with possession, also trying a grabber, almost having an embarrassing moment as well. So both teams just shared a little bit of a comical moment. But I think this is of course serious affairs here for both.
Yeah, not polished play there from Kenya Shujaa. Shujaa just not being clinical with ball in hand. Jojo scanning around the fringes of that track, and then Amaita looking at that gap and punches through, pinning his ears. He's gonna finish this one. Trusts in his pace, and he does so. Fast 5-pointer for Shujaa, courtesy of Nigel Amaita. He's really adept at taking those gaps, especially the dog-leg ones.
I am sure this is a deliberate tactical play here by
a first receiver, yeah.
And at some point, after a couple of phases, then he goes to the field and then does a lot of distribution.
Yeah, on your screen there, can't fail to mention Phil McNulty from Ireland. For those who watch the World Rugby 7 circuit, he has been a stalwart. I mean, how many games has he played? I mean, he's had a career spanning almost, 15 years or so. Start right from the start.
Yeah, he's a good servant, of course, Irish 7 rugby, a captain, but as well promotes the World 7 series a lot around the world.
Yeah, he's just retired from active rugby.
It's a tournament he'd just gone to do some photography, and then he ended up playing for Ireland.
I remember that one, yeah. I remember one of those tournaments that
I think it was in Cape Town.
Yeah, it just goes to show that if you're in the system for long enough, you can pretty much plug back in. If you understand the structures around sevens, it's become really a very very purposeful game. No longer the days when you just play what you see in front. There are structures around sevens right now, and teams have become very good at punishing those who just play it as they see it.
Yeah, we saw that phase of play there by Kenya, just trying to one offload too many. I think Kenya want to just go back to their structures here, getting the quick racks.
Yeah, it's been an unusual start for them. I think just the fact that they are playing to top this pool has come in, as you see Phil McNulty there trying to hype up the Safari Sevens crowd here at Nyayo National Stadium as we play the last match of this day 2. Looking forward to the knockout stages tomorrow, where the winners will be rewarded. Shujaa coming under serious attention here from really French Renegades defense, and back to Nigel Amaita. Seems to be the go-to man for Kenya Shujaa in this match. Scores on both sides of the pitch.
I don't like this calling for the tries, but I can assure you Patrick Onogo is quite relieved to see that she doesn't have to do all the runs of the try. But on the flip side also, the French Renegades have not seen Patrick running, so Amaita is the one scoring the tries now.
Yeah, they have to change the wingers to mark Amaita. As you see the crowd there really loud and vocal, cheering on the local side. Kenya Shujaa, the hosts of this Safari Sevens tournament, that conversion not successful. Crowd really up on their feet. Nice view there. As you see Nigel just getting the ball there. Then those first few meters just pumps and puts some distance between himself, then trots into the try box. I have to also give the pat on the back for the medical team, having worked on Nigel's hamstring. He had to sit out the last 2 legs with that hamstring injury.
It's a team effort across the board in this 7 series. only 12 players are allowed in the tournament, but there's a 13th player always available, and then there is the rest of the management, conditioning coach, assistant coach, team manager, and of course the central conditioning, physio.
Yeah, you have Lamek Francis there, physio for the Kenya Shujaa. Player 13, William Mwanji, not yet having come into this one. Good set up scrum there for Shujaa. Festa Shiasi coming back against the grain. That was a head contact, but he was falling down. So ref plays it on. Asati with a cutout pass to Patrick Odongo, finally gets the ball, tries to shrug off the defender, but doesn't get through. Offloading from contact there, punching through the hole there. Amaisa putting Onyala into the space there, but now they need to reset.
Yeah, there should be an overlap here. It's just catch pass. First receiver is Odongo. He's done a miss pass, but I think it
should have gone to hand. Yeah, should have gone to
there was a knock on the reason why Amaita didn't get the ball there was a slap on the ball at the edge of the field there from Odongo to Amaita. I think that's what the referees are calling back here for
Maya Williams, and he's getting a yellow card for that. Because again, it was in the red zone.
The Amaita on the floor now. Amaita doesn't seem happy. He thinks he's or something. I'm sure they're easy or seen him, but
yeah, he's had 2 big runs, so they need to take care of him, and the physio just reaching out to him, signaling him if he needs attention. Referee communicating well there, just ensuring that both, especially the Renegades, are able to understand his calls. He's intentionally chosen because he has a bit of French in his locker there. Kyoko, the center referee. French Renegades just trying to ensure that they manage this sin bin, the 2 minutes that they are playing 6 men, but doesn't turn out well for them. Their aggressive jackal that is rewarded. And now Captain Samuel Asati calls for a scrum down.
He was well read there by Onyala and I think it was Oro.
Wekesa, I think so.
It was Oro.
Oro, yeah.
When the player tried to hold, the French Renegade player tried to hold them. As soon as he went to the floor, Oro chopped him, and then Onyala immediately went over for the turnover. Yeah, easy beat there for the Kenya service forward.
7v6 here. What do they do? Take the ball through hand. Patrick Odongo, will he get away? Yes, he does. Keeps off that tackle. Finally, the speed star gets himself onto the scoreboard to supplement the 2 earlier tries by Nigel Amaita, the real speed man, making the Renegades pay for that sin bin.
They're making it work for those tries. It's French Renegade team. I know Kenya has scored 2 tries here, but all those tries have been difficult, easy.
Yeah, they haven't been easy. Just watch the replay, they're pumping and finally breaking free. Goes to that conditioning we were talking about. Going into the halftime break, Kenya leading comfortably here, 3 tries to the good. Trailing Renegades, trailing Kenya Shujaa. This one is the last 7 minutes of day 2. This one is the home side, Shujaa, taking on Renegades from France, and leading comfortably at halftime 15-0. They get the repossession, but it was knocked on.
I think it was a slight knock on there. I think Shiasi is it. The referee says it was a slight knock. No substitutions yet. It's a really good kickoff there by Maita.
Yeah, look at the way they have packed themselves. Asati going to fly off, then now coming back to scrum off. Some mind games being played there in the defensive setup from Shujaa. Oh, ball is turned over. It's against the head there. It's a turnover ball. Shiasi coming in strong, pinning his ears, going for the corner flag. Puts his name on the scoreboard. He didn't think twice about that.
No, he did. It seems like a popular try also from the team. I think it looks like one of those things that they're encouraging him to do.
Yeah, it was off transition from defense to attack.
Correct.
And I think that's why he elected to just take it in, because the Renegades were not set up for the defense.
And immediately he substituted. In comes Crescent.
Crescent with John coming in. I just looking at that, just took that gap and looking at his man, just checking him out, having a feel of him, and getting on the way to score 20-0.
He's done that before against the other games.
Yes, he has.
The team just set up a cross and he takes in the pass, the kick rather. Takes a short kick. Oh, I guess he's in trouble there. I think just got taken out to catch. I thought he had enough strength there to stay in, but French Renegades did well to defend it. Good awareness there by the young man from Cabras, Shujaa.
Yeah.
Just looking ahead, realizing that the French Renegades defense have gone beyond the 10 meters.
So Gabriel Aimba comes in for Kevin Wekesa, and then also Patrick Odongo takes a break. In comes Floyd Wabwire, who unlocked the previous match when it was quite tight against the UK Select. Also coming out is Vincent Onyala, and in comes Abukuse.
Now they've changed the substitution. They want Oro out.
Yeah, I think they're still trying to manage his hamstring. He and Nigel have had very stubborn hamstrings throughout the 7th circuit, local 7th circuit. So I think the technical bench just trying to manage them. Ever present Samuel Asati puts that ball in. Yeah, I normally marvel when scrum halves are caught on that call.
Yeah, some people channel one, just sending the ball back to themselves.
Yeah.
It's a self-email by Asati. They are caught out by the referee.
Oh my, that is an awkward fall.
Yeah,
He probably has twisted his ankle very badly there.
That didn't look pretty.
Oh, that's a bad injury. But Jackson Sketty taking advantage of that loose ball, picks it up, goes to score center post. There is a bad injury here. That has to be, yeah, it's going to be a long break here to attend to him. Just looked bad. I hope it's not as bad as the
try
visuals
stand. Referee don't cover the try stand.
I think game was still live, so that will stand. As Sketty waiting for that conversion, he might have to wait for a bit. But back to those crowd, that crowd enjoying themselves, just cheering.
This here, this I think is completely wrong.
It's play on. The ball did not go there. The ball did not go there at any point. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that call.
I think that was William Mayer just trying to argue his case that the initial yellow card that he got, that he was trying to tackle the player, not deliberate knock on. Just letting the referee know. Unfortunately, the yellow card stands.
Yeah, it does stand, and just trying to call again there. Initially, he had two cases that he was trying to put across against this injury, but the referee said the game was still alive.
Yeah, the ball didn't go dead.
Yeah,
and Kenya did put a turnover, so they play on. It's an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate.
Such is the nature of the game. Unless it's a head injury that is clear head injury,
yeah,
the referee is supposed to stop it. But it did look like a serious.
Yeah, it was really awkward. I mean, the whole weight went onto that ankle, and it was not because of a tackle. And those are pretty numerous injuries when you get them, because you have no control on how you're landing. Your leg is already trapped. That really looks really bad.
I think he kicked the ground there. The inner part of his leg just tried. I think he was trying to stride out, then the inside of his leg just caught the ground there, and then looks pressure got into the knee and then into the hip.
Yeah.
And immediately all the medical personnel are quick in there. less than 5 seconds, they all have their return assist.
Yeah, locally here, yesterday was a national holiday. Well-timed dates for this Safari 7, so the fans have been able to come for a 3-day weekend. Safari 7s coming back to the Nyayo National Stadium. It's a much refurbished, much rebranded stadium. The fans are also looking to just cheer the Kenyan teams. We have the Shujaa, we have the Morans, and also a representation for the clubs where we have KCB who are winners of the club circuit, and we have the select side, the varsity select side, Nyati.
Yeah, the long weekend showing on some of the faces of the fans there. It's a wonderful turnout by these fans. It's a family event, remember?
Yeah, it is.
Under 12s don't get to pay. So lots of families here to watch the rugby.
Yeah, and I've been looking through the social media and some of the photos that have been coming through right from way back when we were here in 2010 for the Safari Sevens, and then we were able to fill this stadium. But the photos I saw in those, we had the photos of John Okoth playing age grade rugby, had photos of Samuel Asati playing age grade rugby, and you look at where they have come
Nyala
from.
must have been in there as well.
Yes, with the suburbs, tiny figures, you know. And just when you talk about the fact that the 12-year-olds are coming in free of charge for this particular tournament, right there seated in those stands are the next generation.
That's correct. And beyond that, this season also we have an under-16s tournament here. Uganda also did send their team here. We had the regional championships.
Yes.
And
talk about that, because I know you attended and you watched.
They were really, really good players, both in boys and girls. A lot of teams stood out. Central was really good in the girls side. Rift Valley also very good in the boys. A lot of players, of course, being coached there by Nakuru and Oilers. Remember, Rift Valley has got a lot of involvement from the Nakuru environment all the way to Wasingishu County as well.
Yeah.
And then Coast also well represented as well. Coast region, Nairobi as well. Really, really, like I think expect similar to what you're talking about, Onyala and Sati. I think expect to see some really good players coming from this cohort of under 16s, because there's a lot of talent, a lot of skills. I would argue, I think much higher skills compared to what we've seen in the past. Even as we see some of the dancing skills from our fans here at the Nyayo National Stadium.
Yeah, having fun and just waiting for the after party coming right after this match. A lot of enough time for the fans to just mingle and have a good time. When you look at it, building and getting the fans coming back into the stadium, I believe the setup is well, in place. And you look at the way the organizers have been able to put in a lot of family activities for those who are coming with their families, and those who are coming for the after party, and those who are serious rugby fans. There's something for everyone.
There is, and lots of red shirts for Harambee Stars as well. It is a football stadium after all, or let's say a multi-use stadium. Let's call it a multi-use stadium.
Yeah, it is.
Because they've also used it for athletics in the past. Lots of support for Kenya here. Expect some red, green, black, and of course white across the stadium. A lot of support here for Kenya Shujaa, KCB, Walukuba, Uganda.
Yeah, well, surprisingly.
Kenya Cubs, Lioness.
Exactly.
A little bit of support from Zimbabwe as well.
Zimbabwe, that brand of rugby, they love their attack rugby. And unfortunate to see one of those stars going out injured. Hope to see him tomorrow. But as we are on an injury enforced break, just to ensure there is a proper evacuation. If you're joining us now, we've taken a short break. There has been an incident that the medical team is trying to attend to, involving one of the players from the French Renegades. And the evacuation process is still ongoing. It looks like a nasty leg break or ankle break that's being handled. And we wish him well.
time from here, I like her because Kenya's leading this on 25 points to 0. So there's a lot of celebration for that. But again, as you said, there's an after party after this. With regards to for the fans, something for everyone here. The stadium is getting busy as the afternoon cools off. There isn't a canopy across the entire stadium, so it gets a bit hot during the day. But as the sun sort of sets, there's good cooling. It cools off very quickly in the evening here, as you see. They're just been taken off there.
Yeah, and a lot of fans just appreciating the turn up. That game is all. Just sending their well wishes for a quick recovery.
Yeah, the symptoms stabilized him, but really unfortunate injury there, especially the fact that there wasn't any contact between him and him.
Yeah, those are sometimes awkward. Yeah, those are sometimes the worst injuries you can get.
Yeah. Well, wish him all the best. That could be the end of the tournament. We talked earlier about having 13 players. One of the reasons why you have that extra player in the team, especially in the 3 days of rugby.
Yeah, player 13 for Renegades will be Hamel Simon.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely see him coming in either in this one or...
I think it's immediate. He comes in immediately.
Yeah. Goes to the bench immediately.
Though they have to, I think they have to declare that that player cannot continue playing before they allow him.
For the player 13 to come back.
The player 13 to be allowed to the tournament.
So we resume, and the ball is in Renegades' hands, just outside of their 22, and players just trying to get themselves back into the game here.
Advantage highway.
Ryan Kyoko, the center referee, giving advantage to Renegades for that high shot, and charging in for that tackle, Vincent Onyala.
I guess it's still advantage here, or just called it, as I was just saying that he just called it.
Basketball pass into that gap. But Asati hangs on to those coattails and being able to pressurize. He's such an aggressive worker on the ground.
He is close to the ground after all, but he does a lot of work in defense.
Yeah.
He does, Asati.
Once that ball hits deck, he's all over. Together with Jojo Rosamos, they really hard workers around the set piece areas, the racks, the tackle areas.
Do you think the speed of getting off the floor is a KPI in the Kenya 7 setup? I think it is.
It has to be.
They work really hard, these Kenyan players in defense, especially when they tackle. See Wabura here, look, tackle and get up immediately. Same for Crescent.
Yeah, and you fold over to the other side and ensure.
And they have more numbers up on defense.
Omai slips through that tackle, pumps his legs past Asati's defense, and then now they come back to the shorter side, keeping the ball alive, looking for spaces, looking for gaps, and comes back in, offloads in the tackle. This is their brand of rugby, coming into those spaces, offloading between two men, and then just ensuring that there's no ability for the defending side to jackal. But you have to back it up with a good power play. You see those offloads continuing there. There's been no rack in the last 1 minute or so. Finally going to deck there, then peeling off to the shorter side on the right. Gabriel Aimba puts in the shoulder, has to roll away quickly here.
I think it is lucky there. Aimba just took his time to roll away from that contact area.
Yeah, Bukuse went in for the jackal.
I think that allowed the Bukuse the opportunity for that jackal because Aimba just took his time to get away from that collision. You win some, you lose some. I think the win with this one.
Number 17.
Yeah, getting the benefit of the call there. We have a few seconds remaining in this match.
Yeah, last event.
Referee clearly communicates it's the last event for this match, bearing any penalty calls. A break in play here will signal the end of.
What do you think the Shujaa players will do? I noticed a lot of substitutions on the field. They just kick it out because some of them only been there for a couple of minutes. They want to keep playing.
Yeah, it's the call that the flyer has to make. Jackson Sketty, and yeah, kicks it out. It's hard enough of day 2, but Kenya Shujaa going top of Pool A.